He is considerably weakened by the clever science of Shinobu Kocho and Tamayo, but do not be fooled. This monster's ferocity has only just begun. That is the prevailing whisper among those who observe the final storm gathering in the Demon Slayer saga, a swirling tempest of swords, secrets, and sacrifice that will determine the fate of our steadfast heroes. Today we delve into the dramatic build-up to the Infinity Castle arc, a colossal confrontation that promises to bring the story of Tanjiro Kamado, his Demon Slayer allies, and their centuries-long arch-enemy, Muzan Kibutsuji, to a jaw-dropping finale. But what is truly happening in the shadows of that looming fortress? And how does the sacrifice of one brave leader open the door to a thriller of unimaginable proportions? In this deep dive, we will unravel the explosive events surrounding Kagaya Ubuyashiki's bold self-sacrifice, explore the frenzied evolution of Muzan's demonic forces, and trace every step of the journey that leads Tanjiro and his companions into the twisting corridors of the Infinity Castle. We will also peek behind the scenes of how this final arc is being adapted into a trilogy of theatrical films, what it means for the future of anime, and why the arc's unstoppable hype refuses to die down. In this video, we are going to dissect 5 vital elements: the horrifying aftermath of Kagaya's mansion explosion, the cunning manipulations required to weaken Muzan's once untouchable strength, the dynamic interplay between the surviving Hashiras as they steel themselves for the greatest adversaries they have ever known, the electrifying battles teased in the Infinity Castle's labyrinthine interior, and the trilogy format that is gearing up to change the rules of theatrical anime forever. So, strap in, because you are about to witness a thorough breakdown of a saga that has captured hearts across the globe with its signature blend of heart-stopping action, poignant backstories, and mesmerizing visuals. After more than 5 years of skyrocketing popularity, Demon Slayer has reached a tipping point. Its original manga concluded in the year 2020, but the anime adaptation has continued to sharpen its edge, fluidly and faithfully translating the source material's drama, terror, and ultimate triumphs onto the screen. Now, in the final throes of the Hashira training arc, the stage is set for the Infinity Castle arc, a realm of concentrated terror where the toughest warriors and the most vicious demons are thrown together in a multi-layered battleground. And it all begins with Kagaya Ubuyashiki, head of the Demon Slayer Corps, lighting the spark that will blaze into an inferno of epic storytelling. Kagaya's method of halting Muzan, even for a moment, seemed unthinkable. After centuries of cowering in fear or waging smaller-scale attacks, Kagaya chose to fight madness with madness. By detonating the very mansion he used as a base of operations, he dealt a shocking blow to Muzan's pride and physical form. Imagine the monstrous demon progenitor who has eluded defeat for almost 1,000 years, suddenly ambushed in a manner so reckless that he himself is momentarily staggered. Kagaya's gamble was that this one catastrophic act would buy his demon slayers the narrowest window to launch a genuine strike against Muzan. It is an opening that had felt impossible for generations, but let us be entirely clear. A wounded Muzan is still Muzan. With his regenerative abilities and centuries of accumulated power, the demon cannot be so easily annihilated. Yet this small advantage allows Shinobu Kocho, the brilliant insect Hashira, and Tamayo, a rare demon ally, to concoct a plan that systematically weakens Muzan's cells from within. It is a bold tactic, reliant on knowledge gleaned from both medical science and demon physiology, ensuring that Muzan's usual quick healing capacity is inhibited. The tension lies not only in whether the plan will work, but in whether it will even matter once battle commences in earnest. No matter how one phrases it, an impaired Muzan is still a looming terror. Enter the Infinity Castle, a twisted labyrinth conjured by Muzan's loyal demon subordinates. With a single movement, the Demon Slayers find themselves sucked into this surreal domain, each corridor leading to a new inescapable face-off with one of the dreaded upper moons. The Infinity Castle is practically a living being, featuring floors and walls that shift, staircases that contort, and illusions that test the unwavering resolve of even the toughest swordsman. You might think you are safe one moment, only to have the floor vanish the next, dropping you into a deadly confrontation with an upper moon whose power can only be described as godlike. Thus begins the savage series of showdowns. The trailer for the Infinity Castle arc drops tantalizing hints of Zenitsu facing off against Kaigaku, a bitter rivalry that resonates on multiple levels. These two once shared a bond under the same mentor, but now are driven to cross blades by a stark divide: the unstoppable hunger for demon power versus the unbreakable dedication to protecting humanity. And then there is the chilling clash between Shinobu Kocho and Doma, a demon who welcomes the chance to devour the insect Hashira's refined skill and cunning intelligence. It is a duel as much of wit as of sword and poison, and fans can hardly restrain themselves from speculating how anime's vivid animation will intensify every jab or slice across the cold, menacing floors of the Infinity Castle. Tanjiro and Inosuke, pillars of determination in their own right, plunge deeper into the labyrinth, each with personal stakes. None among the demon slayers can forget that dreaded day aboard the Mugen train, where Akaza snatched away the beloved flame Hashira, Kyojuro Rengoku. The trailer elegantly teases the moment that fans have been eagerly awaiting. Tanjiro stands firmly, face to face with Akaza, a swirl of grief, anger, and resolve dancing within his eyes. It is not hyperbole to say that one can almost feel the floor rumble under the weight of their impending clash. For many, that single scene is reason enough to mark their calendars for the theatrical debut. But let us talk about those theatrical releases themselves. Following the explosive triumph of Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba the movie, Mugen Train, which became the highest-grossing anime film of all time, expectations for future Demon Slayer installments soared. The production giant Ufotable, famed for its studio wizardry, decided to gamble big. Rather than reduce the formidable Infinity Castle arc into a swiftly paced single film or pack it into a shorter streaming season, they opted for a far bolder approach, adapting the final arc into a trilogy of feature-length movies, each one boasting a cinematic scale seldom witnessed in a serialized anime. That is a rarity indeed. Usually an anime might produce one or two special event films complementing an ongoing series, but a trilogy for the culminating battle is virtually unheard of. This move, confirmed by Crunchyroll's chief content officer Asa Suihira, signals an unwavering commitment to showcasing Demon Slayer's finale with unparalleled grandeur. According to Suihira, the Infinity Castle trilogy will be released on a scale unlike anything else, spanning more than 80 countries worldwide and aiming to become a milestone in theatrical anime history. If you are as thrilled as we are by the very thought of witnessing Muzan's unstoppable might unfold with maximum spectacle, show your support by giving this video a like at any moment you catch yourself on the edge of your seat. Now, what can viewers expect from these films? Prepare for a triple-layered narrative that not only captures the savage intensity of the Infinity Castle battles, but also harnesses the deeply personal arcs each Demon Slayer experiences in this do-or-die moment. From Tanjiro's unwavering promise to avenge his family's ruin at Muzan's hands, to Shinobu's personal vendetta against demons like Doma, each storyline ascends to a dramatic climax. So many beloved characters stand on the brink of their greatest sacrifice, forging powerful emotional bonds that push them well past their limits. Ufotable's track record of striking visuals, those mesmerizing sword swings, the dynamically rendered water and flame effects, and the dreamlike transitions, practically guarantees that every tear, every drop of blood, and every clashing blade will burn itself into the viewer's memory. The emotional punch of the Infinity Castle arc also lies in the moral and existential dilemmas posed by these battles. We cannot forget the chilling truth that Muzan's minions were once human, many of them struggling with heartbreak, betrayal, or their own twisted sense of justice before succumbing to darkness. In the Infinity Castle, the stage is set for revelations that unravel demon tragedies in hauntingly human ways, reminders that evil often spreads its roots in sorrow and desperation. As melodramatic and violent as Demon Slayer can be, the series has always centered on compassion, empathy, and the indomitable spirit that encourages people to keep fighting even when hope seems dim. Of course, one cannot discuss the Infinity Castle without addressing how fluidly its environment mirrors the internal tumult of the entire Demon Slayer core. Both are fractured labyrinths where every sense of orientation is tested. Characters who might otherwise never meet each other face spiritual and physical trials in the castle's infinite halls. The environment itself can shift from an open arena suspended in the void to a labyrinth of mirror walls. Persistent illusions that prey on the Demon Slayer's anxieties are not just standard illusions. These are wicked mental manipulations that exploit the slightest crack in a warrior's focus. The result is a relentless claustrophobia that intensifies each crossing of swords. To properly appreciate the scale of this production, let us walk through the marketing phenomenon that Demon Slayer has become. When the original series first launched, it was well received but hardly forecast as a global juggernaut. Over time, word of mouth, along with the fascinating synergy between the animation studio and the rock-solid source material, propelled it to mainstream stardom. Then came the epic success of Mugen Train, a film that not only soared in Japan, but also resonated in theaters worldwide, shattering box office records in regions where anime films had typically struggled to break out of a niche audience. This achievement demonstrated that a well-adapted anime property, when unleashed in the right way, could compete with major blockbusters. Now, the bar rises again. The Infinity Castle arc is rumored to come jam-packed with set-piece battles that may even surpass the emotional heights of Mugen Train. We are not just looking at one major antagonist, but multiple upper moons, each with unique powers, tragic backstories, and design aesthetics that push the boundaries of imagination. The artistry behind their transformations, from small aesthetic details like shifting eyes and demonic auras, to the more bombastic conjurations that can alter entire sections of the fortress, ensures that each fight feels genuinely new. If Mugen Train was the amuse-bouche, the Infinity Castle trilogy might well be the multi-course meal that leaves fans breathless. Bringing these cataclysmic battles to life is a task that demands more than just flashy visuals. The trilogy format allows for deeper storytelling beats, ensuring that fans who have waited years to see these chapters animated will be rewarded with nuance and depth worthy of their patience. Instead of compressing Shinobu's face-off against Doma into a short, frenzied flurry, for instance, the film can unravel their motivations, their mental chess game, and the heartbreak that shaped their destinies. The same can be said for Zenitsu and Kaigaku, a confrontation brimming with emotional tension that extends far beyond a simple duel of lightning-fast swordsmanship. The final question lingering in everyone's minds is how the concluding battle itself, Tanjiro versus Muzan, will unfold in cinematic glory. We have been teased with glimpses of a battered Muzan, drenched in the synergy of Shinobu and Tamayo's cunning, but that alone does not equate to an easy victory. There is a reason Muzan has remained such a fearsome presence for nearly 1,000 years. In the Infinity Castle, time and space bend to his advantage, and any weakness the Demon Slayers manage to exploit might be undone by his unmatched capacity for adaptation. The heartbreak of losing comrades, the ever-present grind of exhaustion, and the labyrinth's illusions can sap morale at any moment. If there was ever a final stand that could crack the strongest wills, it is this one. Then there is the question of how Ufotable's classic visual style will push the boundaries of what fans have already seen. Sword arcs dripping with luminous aura, scenes drenched in moonlight, or crackling with spiritual energy, and transitions from quiet tragedy to explosive action all underscore the series' impressive range. The studio's track record suggests we can anticipate those signature breathing techniques swirling across the screen like kaleidoscopic storms, each technique accompanied by a swirl of water, lightning, or flames that seem gloriously alive. The Infinity Castle's metamorphosing design provides a chance for Ufotable to test new illusions, perspective shifts, and transformations as never before. Amid all this talk of battles and spectacle, it is equally important not to lose sight of the humanity at the core of Demon Slayer. We have witnessed heartbreak, moments of family love, absentee paternal figures, examples of unwavering sibling devotion, all culminating in a narrative that is about far more than slicing demon necks. Tanjiro's compassion is infectious. It permeates not just his allies, but often touches the darkest corners of demon hearts. This final arc pushes that sensitivity to its extreme, proving whether a pure heart can withstand the unstoppable onslaught of evil and heartbreak without shattering. The Infinity Castle, with its brutal tests, intensifies this question. Every good story thrives on tension, and the Infinity Castle arc sports tension in spades. Each battle is unpredictable. Will Shinobu's cunning be enough against Doma's chilling composure? Can Zenitsu overcome the bitterness linked to his shared past with Kaigaku, or will he let fear consume him at the last moment? And above all, how will Tanjiro, an untrained villager turned warrior, muster the power to confront Muzan, who's been weaving the threads of demonic tragedy for centuries? If all these lingering mysteries burn brightly in your mind, let us know by subscribing so we can keep you up to date whenever new reveals about the trilogy emerge. Nothing cements the excitement of an anime phenomenon more than combining narrative weight with cinematic scope. Beyond the immediate storyline, the Infinity Castle trilogy is itself a statement that an anime series can dare to deliver its finale in a sprawling three-part epic, a level of ambition typically reserved for the world's biggest film franchises. The creators have recognized that this final conflict is so monumental, so fraught with expectations and emotional stakes, that it demands more space than a single feature film can accommodate. Naturally, some fans may have concerns. Could the pacing suffer due to a trilogy format? Might some arcs feel extended too far, introducing lulls where none belong? There is always a risk. But so far, Demon Slayer has excelled at balancing arcs that blend tension, tragedy, humor, and unstoppable bursts of adrenaline. The production team's challenge is ensuring these films deliver a cohesive storyline, one that resonates equally with manga fans and those experiencing the battles for the first time on the big screen. Balancing swift movement with deeper emotional reflection is an art in itself. The Infinity Castle arc marks a turning point for the entire anime industry. This is not just about broadcasting on television or streaming platforms. Crunchyroll's involvement, with its intent to release the trilogy on an unprecedented multinational scale, confirms that the appetite for cinematic anime events is alive and well, possibly stronger than ever. Whether you are in Asia, Europe, the Americas, or beyond, the hype surrounding these Demon Slayer films is a testament to how far anime has come from the days of niche shortum. It now stands at the crossroads of mainstream pop culture, regularly vying for attention alongside live-action blockbusters. Where does all this lead? Undoubtedly, to a crescendo that threatens to rattle every realm, from the Infinity Castle's agonizing corridors to the audience's hearts. But the rewards for the patient and the passionate promise to be worth it, the chance to see the culmination of Tanjiro's narrative, to watch him stand triumphant or battered in the face of unspeakable evil, and to journey alongside every supporting hero as they lay bare their souls in battle. The trilogy may also contain elaborate flashbacks that add a sense of finality, giving closure to subplots that have run in parallel throughout the series. One cannot help but pencil in the question, when will the rest of the world catch up to the release that hits Japanese theaters first? The answer to that is a short wait. Historically, hype only intensifies as fans overseas keep their eyes peeled for official release dates, special red carpet screenings, and exclusive promotional sketches. With the pledge that it will come out in more than 80 countries, the fan community can brace for major travel events, meetups, and celebrations as everyone tries to secure that elusive ticket to witness the Infinity Castle's wonders on a massive screen. Having weighed everything from Kagaya's explosive gamble to the labyrinthine drama set to unfold within those ever-shifting corridors, it is clear that the Infinity Castle arc is more than just another season of anime. It is a momentous event, one that invites viewers to reflect on the resilience of the human spirit, the devastating consequences of evil, and the fragile line that separates these two worlds. It also underscores the value of forging alliances, as with Shinobu and Tamayo, who each bring their own brand of brilliance to launching one final stand against a demon that has never known real defeat. So, is it truly possible for Tanjiro and the Demon Slayers to end Muzan's tyranny for good? The tension is excruciating, but in that discomfort lies the electric spark that keeps us all clamoring for more. Viewed from the vantage of anime history, the Infinity Castle trilogy stands poised to shift the industry's understanding of what theatrical releases can accomplish, forging new paths for innovation and fan engagement. From marketing collaborations at every corner of the global stage, to cosplayers pouring their hearts into recreations of those upcoming battles, the passion swirling around Demon Slayer has seldom been matched. The final message to fans is unequivocal: brace yourself. The Infinity Castle demands your utmost devotion, your willingness to see these heroes into their last stand. Will they triumph, forging a peaceful sunrise for future generations, or succumb to the suffocating darkness that Muzan has wielded for nearly 1,000 years? That is the question that resonates through every trailer teaser, every fleeting image of Tanjiro clutching his blade in pure determination, every glimpse of the unstoppable demonic gold swirling around Muzan's eyes. It is the question that will send viewers racing into theaters once opening day arrives. Until that unforgettable day, hold tight to the friend who introduced you to Demon Slayer, the sibling who fell in love with Nezuko's unbreakable spirit, or the community that has been there every step of the way, analyzing every trailer frame by frame. We are about to cross the threshold into a mesmerizing dimension of heartbreak and hope, pain and promise in the Infinity Castle arc. Keep the fire burning, keep your swords sharpened, and soon enough, we will set foot in that impossible world together. Stay tuned for even more thrilling explorations into the secrets behind Demon Slayer's final arc, voice acting highlights, and behind-the-scenes glimpses of Ufotable's creative magic. If the idea of unraveling these mysteries appeals to you as much as it does to us, consider subscribing to our channel so you do not miss any future revelations concerning this phenomenal trilogy. Remember, the Infinity Castle is waiting. Are you ready to face what lies within?